Part 2. Servicing an element replacement for a standard T-shaped stainless steel filter housing. First job, make sure that the line's completely dead up to the filter housing. The best way to do this is just to undo a fitting. If fluid comes out and continues to come out, the system's still live, so find out where to shut it all off. Now we want to remove the bowl. If you're going to use a spanner, don't use one the wrong size. Get one that's a nice snug fit onto the hex on the bottom of it. That's it. Now support the housing and then put your spanner onto the bowl and give it a twist, and with a little bit of effort it should come undone. Then wind the bowl off. Be careful, because we don't want to drop the bowl or damage the thread or the O-ring face, so always keep it fairly well supported underneath. And once it's out, get a nice clean bit of cloth or paper and wrap the bowl up, especially the thread and the O-ring face, and tuck that away somewhere safe. Now we come to change the element. Get the element retainer, just gently unwind it, and again make sure you keep hold of the element retainer because we don't want to lose it or damage it. When servicing filter housings, it's always best to have the right equipment, and for this purpose we have our housing service kit, which contains all the bits you need: a brush, a O-ring pick, a set of instructions, a lint-free cloth and a pot of silicone grease. Silicone grease can be bought separately and is available in a couple of sizes of pots if you so require. It's time to remove the O-ring, and remember, if it's in a high pressure application or on a critical application, you should change the O-ring every time you take the bowl off. Now, using an O-ring pick, just put it underneath the O-ring and just give it a little flip up. You don't need any force at all, so you don't damage the head in any way. Now have a quick check round the thread and round the O-ring groove, make sure everything's okay, and then give it a good clean out with a nice clean bit of cloth or a clean bit of paper. Clean all around the thread and around the O-ring groove, just to make sure that you get all of the dirt out and there's nothing that's going to stop it sealing up when we come to change the O-ring. When replacing the O-ring, make sure the O-rings are all okay, then push it as far as you can into the housing with your fingers, then just gently with your O-ring pick just slide the O-ring round into the proper groove. Remember, on these housings there's a groove at the back of the thread which you don't want, and then there's a groove behind it as close to the back of the head as possible, which is where the O-ring should be sitting. Before we change the element, it's best to give the housing a good clean round inside. So taking a clean bit of paper, clean up around the head insert, because sometimes the disposable elements can leave a little piece stuck on there, so you want to make sure that's all off and clean, otherwise the new element won't seal up properly. Then check the thread and around the O-ring to make sure we've got no debris up in there and it's all perfectly clean and there's nothing that's going to stop the bowl from screwing in and sealing up. Now we take a nice new element, slip the element retainer up inside it and locate it up onto the housing. Make sure the element locates properly on the head insert, then find the tie rod and wind the element retainer up until it just touches the element. Once it's touched, give it 1/2 to 3/4 of a turn and that seals it up. Now take a look at the bowl, make sure that the bowl thread and the O-ring face is good, there's no marks or dents or dirt in there. Give it a good clean off with a clean bit of cloth and then we're ready to put it back. Before we put the bowl back on, we have to give it a grease up. So using your clean brush and your grease from your service kit, give the thread and the O-ring face a nice coating of grease all the way around. Then slide the bowl up into the housing, Carefully locate it up and wind it in. Should the bowl stick or stop for any reason, take it back out and find out why it won't screw in, as you'll get it jammed otherwise. So wind the bowl up hand tight, no need for a spanner, till it touches. Then I like to just back it off a little touch. Now give everything a good clean round. This is helpful when you're leak testing it later, if you want to leak test it. Now make sure that your fittings are all done up, especially if you undid one to check to see whether the system was still live. Just give it a quick nip up. And we're now ready to power up the system. Check for any leaks around the head to bowl, and that's it. I hope you've enjoyed watching this filter training video. If you need any of the products shown, use the link in the description below or visit www.classicfilters.com. Don't miss any of our filter training videos. Simply click the subscribe button above this video or visit our YouTube channel www.youtube.com/classicfilters. Finally, if you have a question or if there is a particular product or procedure you would like covered in our next video, please put it in the comments below. Oh, and please don't forget to like this video.